Hello everyone, today I am going to tell you about Albert Einstein. Albert Einstein was one of the most celebrated scientists in history. His work helped bring a new era of discovery and knowledge to the era of physics. However, he was not just known for his famous equations on the conservation of matter and energy theory of relativity. Throughout his career, he contributed many important pieces of knowledge to our understanding of the universe and how it works. Without Albert Einstein's inventions and discoveries, we would be further behind in physics than we are right now. Albert Einstein was born in Ulm, Germany. His father was an electrical engineer and his mother was a musician. She taught him to appreciate music and he learned to play the violin. When he was very young, he was slow in development. He didn't speak until he was 2 years old, and even when he was older, he had trouble answering questions. He would first silently mouth the words to himself and then slowly answer out loud. His teachers thought he would never be successful at anything. When he was 6, his father gave him a compass. He was fascinated by the compass, by the way the needle always points north. This experience helped to create a great curiosity in him and had an impact of the rest of his life. His uncle Jacob was a strong influence on his life. He gave Albert maths books about algebra and geometry. Uncle Jacob described algebra as a merry science. He said algebra could be compared to hunting a little animal. You didn't know the name of the animal, so you called it X. Then when you finally caught the animal, you gave it the correct name. He made learning fun for the boy and also provided a model for teaching that Albert would later use. In the future, he would explain his theories by using examples or trains, elevators, and ships. Once a week, his parents invited a poor medical student, Max, tell me to eat with them. Max brought science books to share with Albert and they became good friends. His family moved to Munich, Germany, where in primary school he was the only Jew in a Catholic school. He attended a high school called Leopold Gymnasium. He was bored at the school. His family next moved to Italy, but they wanted Albert to finish the school year in Munich. He wanted to leave Munich so badly he got a false paper from a doctor stating he had a lung disease and must move to a dry climate such as Italy where his parents were living. Then he convinced the school to give him a certificate in the maths so he could get into college. They agreed because they wanted to get rid of him. After a year in Italy, he went to Zurich, Switzerland to study the Polytechnic Institute. He failed the entrance examination and had to spend a year at another college before returning to Zurich. Up to his point, nothing much happened in his life. After college, he took a job at the Swiss Patent Office examining patents for people's inventions. This job was ideal for him because he had a lot of free time for research about things that really interested him, things such as light and time. The year 1905 was an exceptional year for Einstein. In that year, he published 3 outstanding papers. Einstein spent hours experimenting with electromagnets. From his experiments, he concluded the speed of light is always the same. 186,000 miles a second. This, he said, was as fast as anything could travel. In 1933, when Einstein was visiting the United States, the Germans stole his property and took away his German citizenship. The Institute for Advanced Study in Princeton, New Jersey invited him to be their director. He spent the rest of his life in America. After a few years, he became a US citizen. Einstein was married 2 times. First to Mileva Merrick, with whom he had studied at the Polytechnic Academy. She was very smart and was a lot of help to Albert. They were married for 16 years and had 3 children. Together, a daughter, Lizelle, and 2 sons, Edward and Hans Albert. His second wife was Elsa, who was his first cousin. She had 2 daughters from a previous marriage, and she and Albert had grown up together when they were children. At the end of his life, Einstein was a lonely man. His wife Elsa died after they had been married for 17 years. His health began to fail and he died at the age of 76. Einstein never wore socks and never used shaving cream to shave. He was given a parrot as a present for his 75th birthday and told him jokes to cheer him up. His brain was removed 7 hours after his death, and scientists found that he had an exceptionally gifted brain. Thank you.